And not only
Good morning, guys.
the things academically, but we are also very other things within, and that is what the
Good
process of
morning.
an education.
Am I audible?
So the process of
Good morning,
Yes,
ma'am.
you are. Good
Good
morning.
morning, Divya. See, guys, why there are so less people are there? I don't know why. You are preparing for your exam
whatever we are doing
Yes, ma'am.
is a proposal for you.
because your ends exam, mock ends,
But please, this proposals
ends
we are
exam is finished, na?
also exploring these proposals within ourselves as a board,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, okay.
and we also request you
So very
that
less
do
people
not
are there.
assume that whatever we are saying is true. Also, do not assume that whatever we are saying is false.
We'll wait for 5 minutes.
But verify on your own right on the basis of your national acceptance.
त्याला नाही हो करत आहे कारण की होतं
That clarity, then we can also develop the competency level. So, we will unfold all these things slowly and steadily. Thank you.
modules, but actually there is no
Yeah, could you please repeat that?
I think we will start, guys. Is it okay?
measurement of
Or you want to time for your study? Let me know.
Very nice.
there is no right or wrong.
Well, I am teaching you. There is no problem. But if you won't give any attention to my lecture, then you won't understand anything. So what I can do? Just let me know.
Competing, we can go by collaboration. Competing is with the situation.
Now your NCM exam. What is the NCM exam date?
What I learned from the
8.
8?
Yes ma'am, 8 to 12.
8 to 12. ठीक है ना? अजून वेळ आहे ना?
I want to some good words from that.
So shall I take the lecture? Shall I continue?
Particularly for repeating this workshop and workshop.
Yes?
See, what you are saying is absolutely right. That each one of us is
कसं आहे मी शिकवेल तुम्हाला पण मग तुम्ही जर लक्ष दिलं नाही व्यवस्थित तर यू वोंट गेट इट. दॅट्स व्हाय आय एम आस्किंग यू.
taking efforts for my benefit. You are taking efforts.
ठीक आहे मी एक थोडा वेळ घेते की जेणेकरून तुम्हाला थोडा वेळ अभ्यासाला. पहिलं लेक्चर झालं का तुमचं?
As a human being,
नाही मॅम.
area
पहिलं लेक्चर नाही झालं का?
that's right. And the second thing,
But ठीक आहे. I will take lecture because you have so many days
I am doing
before the examination. Okay, maybe from Thursday we will not take
that,
it.
right?
Yes, we will take only some for few limited time. Okay, we will take for few limited time. Now, okay. Now where we are in the microprocessor?
Praveen Raj.
What is the last topic we have covered? Huh?
Praveen Raj.
What we have learned?
Digital narrative.
अरे बोला पण आपण काय घेतलंय आपण लास्ट टाइम?
Need to unmute yourself. Mr. Kumar.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for opening up this particular dialogue.
We have finished the programming model.
It leads to a lot of introspection because
We have finished the programming model of ThreadSys microprocessor.
internal dialogue, and that really decides whether we want to be
I think we have
or
finished.
not. And I think acceptance
Yes, ma'am.
within ourselves is
Operand
key to tolerating the external world. That creates better harmony within ourselves and outside with people who associate with us.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for your sharing. Alright, so whatever you said is a proposal for you. You do not ultimately true or false, but verify it on your own, on the basis of your natural acceptance. And that is what the whole purpose of this workshop is. Initiate the self-investigation and introspection. I can introspect for myself, you can introspect for yourself. And through introspection, I would try to understand what I really want to be. And you can also try to understand what you really want to be. To get the more clarity on this, what I really want to be, what is our basic aspiration. These are the 3 questions on your screen. The whole team can launch a code possible, and you can respond to these 3 questions in the form. Simple question, but very fundamental and important. We want to be happy. We want to be prosperous. Do you want the continuity of happiness and prosperity? Continuity means on Sunday to Monday, on all the days of
Screen visible आहे सगळ्यांना?
all the months of the year. Okay,
My screen is visible?
Yes ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes ma'am.
that is what continuity. Every moment, every moment.
I think we have seen this. Okay, instruction format of 8036. Okay, now here we have the mode of read and write, the SIB byte format and so on. The operand selection we have. I think we are here.
So there is a pole, whenever you have pole,
8 minutes.
on the pole is there, select the option which is you want, a better option. So when we are launching a pole, there is no right or there is no wrong answer. This is just to evaluate our perception, our want. So there are these simple questions on the pole, and you can reflect on the pole. These 3 questions. While you are responding, let me see if there is any question from NIT. Swapna NIT.
8 minutes. फक्त 8 minutes.
Upon your hand raise, whenever the time permits, we provide the microphone. And then you need to unmute yourself.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, we did.
Good morning, sir. Sir, we talked about that is be definite about that. We have a clarity about what we want to
8 minutes. मला फक्त स्क्रीन पीपीटीची थोडीशी
They will not
हे करू द्या.
decide. That is proposal. We have a definite clarity and make ourselves in clear.
Okay.
Okay.
Now operand selection. Now in this operand selection, it can be of any locations. Okay. In the instruction itself, it may be immediate operand, direct operand. Okay. Indirect operand is there. It depends upon your application program. It depends upon your application program. आता application program म्हणजे काय? आता suppose you have to do add the 2 numbers, okay, directly. That is 3 plus 4. At that time, what will happen? You will get directly 3 number and 2 number, and you can add. You can use the add instruction. So in that case, it is.
But that you understand the suggestion that you will work on.
In that case, what will happen? You have to take that one number into the one operand, okay? Then take the another number and then take another register, maybe accumulator, memory location, and you can add these 2 variables, the content of the one variable and the content of the second variable, and you can store in a memory location. That means it is in an accumulator. That means in an accumulator. Okay. So the operand, it can be your any registers. It may be general purpose register, maybe your source index, destination index, stack pointer, base pointer, etc. Okay. So here you have the operand selection will depend upon your applications. Your what type of application you want to perform, that will be depend upon the operand selection will be depend upon them. Okay. Now the next. Okay, implicit and explicit operand. Now see, we'll go through the instruction set of 80386, but before that, just get it. Implicit operand, that is AAM, ASCII adjust for the multiplication. It operates on the content of X register. Now see, there are some instructions like you will see that instruction. There is a arithmetical instruction, logical instruction, then some stack related instruction. But just remember what is the implicit and explicit operand is there, because implicit and explicit operand, this concept will come under the operand. Now by the implicit operand, that means, see here AAM, ASCII adjust for the multiplication. Here they won't specify the accumulated register, but there is a content in the accumulator register, and that content, what are the operations you have to do on that content, that will be stored in the AX register only. So when you write the AAM instruction, at that time it will adjust for the multiplication. It will adjust for the multiplication. Now next is the explicit operand. Next is the explicit operand. That is the exchange. There is a one simple example: exchange EAX, EBX. Now here the operand it gets exchanged and encoded in the instruction after the opcode. म्हणजे याच्यामध्ये काय होतं, पहिला त्या ऑपरंडचे the content of that operand get exchanged, then it gets encoded, okay, and then it gets
So the third question is there any continuity of
what I can say, it gets moved into the accumulator register. It gets moved into the accumulator register. Okay. Now the implicit and explicit operands, that is in case of stack operation, that is the counter is there. Now see here push, that is you just have to write the push. So here just the memory variable counter is copied onto the top of the stack counter. Yes.
Yesterday there was a question in that pre-form that how much important is money for your
There is a
question, right, sir? So, sir, these questions that these things that are going on,
memory variable counter that explicitly copied to the top of the stack.
money portion comes.
Whenever we go through the instruction set, we will get it. We will get it. Now the next is the.
That I'm having or happiness is another question that I should.
Now here explicit two operand instructions 386. It has the register to register, register to memory, memory to register, immediate to register, and immediate to memory. See, this is the actual particular format you have to use for the instruction set. That means in the instruction set you can't move the content of one memory to the another memory. No, it is not possible. But you can move or you can write the instruction in this way that you can move the content of the register 1 to the register 2 to the memory to the register, but not to memory location. Okay, these are the some rules that you have to the software or the user has to follow whenever he has to use the programming for the assembly language. Okay, now the next immediate operand. Immediate operand मध्ये काय असतं की SHR instruction आहे. आता हे टेस्ट instruction आहे. I think I will explain at the time of the instruction set. You won't get it, but just get it understood that here there is the operands are used. Okay, even the register operand is there. 32-bit register operand is there. Then the memory operand. Memory operand मध्ये काय असतं? So you have the addresses operand in the memory, and that address you have to specify for the register. Okay. Now that is the memory operand. So data manipulation instructions that addresses the operand in the memory by just specifying the segment which contains the operand and the offset of the operand within the segment. Okay, so this is the example. Now next is the segment selection. Now the segment selection, this concept will come into the 8086 microprocessor, because whenever I have already explained you, there is a core segment, data segment, stack segment that will be in a 8086 microprocessor, but in 386 you have the concept of descriptor. You have a concept of descriptor. Now what will happen here? Descriptor means there is a linear address space, and that linear address space is divided into your segments. And according to the segment, like in a data segment, you can define all the variables. In a code segment, you can write your code. Okay. Now the stack. In the stack, you have the what you can say. Stack related instructions are there. Okay. So data manipulation instructions need not be explicitly specified which segment register is used. Okay. And for all these instructions, specification of segment register is optional. So this you will get whenever we go through the instruction set. Now see, this is the default segment register selection rule. There are some rules you have to follow whenever you are writing the assembly language programming. Okay, some instructions, that is instruction will come into the code segment. Just now I have already explained. Stack related instructions that will be coming into the stack segment register. Local data, that is the data segment, and destination string, that is the extra segment. See these rules. That means by default, whenever you write the programming, in assembly language, whenever you write the code, that will come into the code segment. Whenever there is a stack related instruction, that will be coming into the stack segment. Whenever there is a data, that is all variables will be defined, that will be coming into the local data. And whenever there is a extra segment, that is the string related instructions, that will come into the extra segment. That will come into the extra segment. Okay? Got it, guys? Now this address translation. Before that, I just want to explain. I will explain you the address translation, but that is the another part. Don't concentrate on that. Let me finish this interrupt and exceptions. This interrupt means what? I have already told you that there is a external interrupts are there. Okay, that means there is a one pin is there. One pin is there for the 86 microprocessor. That is INTR pin is there. When you externally attach a wire to that, that is the external interrupt. Or the you can say hardware interrupt is there. Okay, and the software interrupt, that means there are interrupt concept is there. Through the instruction, the assembler will interrupt the processor, whatever the process is going on. Through the software instructions, it will stop the execution, it will continue to that particular, whatever the process has been given, and then again it will go into the, it will return to the, okay, then that will return to your where it has been interrupted. Okay, if you remember the example, I have given one example to you that yes, you are studying and your mom has given some instruction that you have to get something from the shop. Okay, that means she is interrupting you. After getting that, whatever the things from the shop, after returning, you have to execute whatever the previous work is going on. That is means you have to study again. Okay. Okay, that is the interrupt. That is the interrupt. Now there is a software interrupt. There is a hardware interrupt. Now, software means what? There is some instructions. Through these instructions, processor will stop the execution and it will continue for the next process. Okay? Now that is the interrupt, software and hardware. We will see that NMI, then all these things. Now the exceptions. Now there is some divide overflow error is there. So there is a exception will occur. There is an exception will occur. Okay. Like the exception 11, exception. So this kind of errors, whenever this kind of error will occur, so that you have a
so this is something, we can start asking question to ourselves. I'm asking this question to myself.
So exception, they have given some exception number to that particular error, and that is called as the exception. So exception is the synchronous event that are responses of the CPU to certain conditions and detected during the execution of an instruction. Okay. Now the next.
So for this introspection, we can ask such sort of question to ourselves.
Just now, vector number. Then you have the exception 0, divide error. Exception 1, debug. They have specified. The processor has specified. If you have this type of error, then what is the exception number? What is the interrupt vector number? Okay. So whenever the divide error is there, you will get the exception 0 error. Okay, debug exceptions, exception 1. In this way, this is the defined exceptions are there. Okay, this is, and there are total 0 to 255 exceptions are there. But 0 to 16 are defined, and from 17 to 32 are reserved, and the remaining exceptions are undefined. Okay, just go through this. Exception number 0, that is the divide error. Exception number 1, that is the debug exception. The exception number 2, that is the NMI interrupt. Then 3, breakpoint. Then 4, INTO detected overflow. 5, bound and range exceeded. 6, invalid upcode. 7, coprocessor not available. See, coprocessor concept I have already told you. There are 287 and 387 coprocessor it will be there. Whenever you just go through the motherboard of your desktop, there is a one IC is there. It may be for 287, it may be for 387. Okay?
It is purely a family time, so to interact with
Now next exception 10 is the invalid task test segment.
Okay.
Now madam, what is the TSS? That is the task test segment. That we will see afterwards. Now the 12 is there, stack fault is there, 13 is there, general protection, then 14 page fault, 15 reserve, 16 coprocessor error, and from 17 to 32 it is reserved, and from 32 it is again undefined. It is,
This is something what
okay.
like
Now I think this is internal time exceptions are there.
the reason for
Okay.
that.
Now before proceeding, I have already explained the E-flag register.
And you are providing
Yes, E-flag register.
we could spend the time with each other. Yeah. So this is something we can start reflecting now. That why
E-flag register सांगितलं का मी तुम्हाला?
fill this gap up? Or am I okay with this gap? So this is first thing. Now the second thing what you have mentioned.
E-flag register सांगितलं का? Let me know. Am I audible, guys?
Rules and regulation
Am I audible?
really works all the time. Or the rules and regulations remain
Am I audible?
some a temporary period of time.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Divya.
We can start.
Ma'am.
We can start
Hello?
thinking, pondering upon it. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक
Dr.
आहे.
Prakash Kumar ji.
बरं. Flag register झाले. Shall I repeat it? Flag registers. You have a carry flag, parity flag, auxiliary, zero flag, sign flag, trap flag, interrupt flag. Okay, direction flag, overflow flag, IOPL, NT, RF, and PM. I think I have already explained this.
There is one word which caught my attention.
Yes?
The value that going to study in this program.
Yes or no, guys?
Right, sir?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, when these values are
Okay. Thank you, Sakshi.
contextual.
Okay. Now there are some new registers in a 386. These are the registers which are for the 386 microprocessor. Now there are some new registers that will be available in the 386 microprocessor. One is the control register. So there are total three control registers: CR0, CR1. एक minute. Okay.
In the case, how can the word
There are 4 control registers, not 3. There are 4 control registers: CR0, CR1, CR2, CR3. That is 0, 1, 2, 3. Now, what is these control registers? These control registers actually it defines the some what do you say? Protection. That is, these control registers are related to your protected mode only. Okay. Protected mode. Now this it has some bits, that is the protected enable, map coprocessor, then interrupt enable, then task switching. That is, these particular bits are used in the control register for the protected mode, that is switching from real mode to protected mode. Okay. So control register 0.
Contributing into it.
Control register 0. In that you have, let me share my PPT so that I can explain you that diagram for the control register.
I'll get my answers.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Next slide. Next slide.
एक मिनिट मी डायग्राम शेअर करते.
Yeah. So, we are trying to understand our basic aspiration. And we are also trying to evaluate our current state. But the
I
third thing
think
is also very important.
I
That's
haven't
effort.
drawn, but I will draw
Despite
it.
aspiring, I
Hmm.
may not be able to achieve it, but I need to take certain efforts to fulfill my aspiration. So
Okay.
these are our efforts
Okay.
is to understand the true meaning of happiness and prosperity and to ensure it, or just for the accumulation of physical facilities. Look, a serious evaluation of this particular question would help each one of us to
If it is visible?
understand the reason for the gap.
If it is visible, guys?
What I really want to be and what I am.
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक
I
है.
want to be happy.
Actually, control register. This is the one new registers which are used here.
I am investing and putting in to understand the true meaning of happiness and prosperity, or just for the accumulation of physical facility. So keep exploring on these three things. We take a short bio break for 15
I
minutes.
want to draw.
After coming back from the bio break, we'll continue with the discussion. In the break also, we request you not to log out. We remain log in. Yes, go to your Parikshit Bhaiya. Thank you. And
Okay, my drawing is visible to you, all of you?
now we can see these questions are
My drawing is visible, guys.
Excuse me,
Okay. Now, see.
ma'am. Hello,
Good.
ma'am. There is lot of disturbance coming from your side. That's why we are not able to hear you properly.
Okay. बोले ठीक है. ठीक है, मी नंतर लेक्चर कंटिन्यू करते तुमचं. ठीक है. Okay, I will stop here because there is some disturbance is there. I don't know why.
I had a
Even in the first lecture also there is disturbance. I will stop here. Okay.
The topic just now we discussed about happiness and prosperity.
And I will continue in the next lecture
Human
for your
values, which will impart the stunning
control
qualities
register.
become
Okay.
its selfless character. Most of the great leaders have become great because they were
ठीक है, I will
selfless.
stop here.
So when we are talking of this human